The most accurate buy-sell signal indicator, 100% profitable. That's what we're going to be testing, so let's get straight to it. Hey trader devs, my name's David. Welcome back to my channel where I go through strategies that I find on the internet and on YouTube. I then use code to debunk the bad ones and find the good ones. Today we're going to be looking at a trading strategy that I found on TradersLanding's website, which you'll be able to see here. Very good YouTube channel where he goes through manually and tests trading strategies that he finds, but they're all manually back 100 times. Great channel, you should go and have a look at it. Okay, today we're going to be looking at this strategy, which is strategy for scalping either on the 15 or the 1 hour time frame, and it also is using a couple of indicators. The original strategy wasn't actually by TradersLanding, it was by somebody else. You can find out who that is on his channel. They claimed that they get 100% win rate. Now, I've been through hundreds of different indicators since starting this channel and never actually managed to get 100% win rate. And you've always got to remember that the win rate isn't all the means or and ends all to a strategy. Good risk to reward ratio is more important than the actual win rate, although the win rate can be important, especially if you can get it to 100%. But to be honest, I don't personally believe that this is going to be 100% win rate. But let's go over to my computer, look at the indicators that are involved, and back test this using code. Can I just ask you 2 seconds before you go, if you don't mind smashing that thumbs up button so that it helps me to destroy the YouTube algorithm, also gets me to know a bit more on the community. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe, and you can download all of these indicators that I've made for TradingView on my Discord by going to my Patreon page. The link's down in the description. All these indicators can be connected to bots via 3commas or websites like that. Okay, let's get over to the computer. Okay, here we are on my computer, giving credit where credit is due very quickly. This is the actual TradersLanding page where I found this system. Great channel, you should go and subscribe to that just like me. Right, okay, so we're going to go over to TradingView here to look at the strategy that he proposed, and also to see where we could improve on it. Okay, so for this strategy we're going to be using the Dzwine trend indicator, which is this line here. To add that, we go up to indicators up here and we simply type Dzwine here. I didn't spell that right. Oh, the I is in the wrong place, right? Dzwine. Okay, and then you'll be able to find that here in the latest indicators. Now I'm using the trend indicator, which is this one here, the A versus 2. Okay, now the second indicator that we're going to be using is the good old SuperTrend. Now we need to go to indicators as well and type SuperTrend and add the SuperTrend. And that's going to be our entry points here to make sure that we're confirmed as well. And the last one will be the QQE Mod. Same old story, needing to go to the indicators up here to add this one here. Right, okay, so these 3 indicators are going to be giving us our trend direction and also our entry points. So what we're looking for is our price to be above the Dzwine indicator for our long positions. Let me hide that like that. So if the price is above the green on the Dzwine indicator, we have a buy on our SuperTrend. The SuperTrend is this one here. Now the SuperTrend is just an ATR indicator which gives us our buy signals, and then we're going to have our confirmation thanks to the QQE Mod. Right, okay, so pretty simple as a strategy in itself. We're just going to go and look at where our, one of our entry points here. So for instance, this would be a long here around this area here. We're looking for green price to be above the Dzwine indicator here. So we'll be above here, and then we're looking for it to be in a buy zone for the SuperTrend. And we need to be on the blue area on the QQE. So this would roughly be our entry here. So we'll be able to get an entry here, except for I pressed the Fibonacci instead. Long position, right, long position, okay. So we would get an entry which would be around here, and we're going to be putting our stop loss either on the swing low here, or we're going to be putting it on our at the low of the indicator, which is the Dzwine indicator. And then we're going to be looking for a risk to reward ratio of 2. We need to come up to about 2 here, and this one would have been a win, as you can see. Right, now I believe that TraderLanding actually suggests that we take the profit in 2 times. So inside my indicator, I'll build that into it so we can take it as multiple take profits to see if it works better or not. So I guess the best idea is to maybe have a look at a short, and then we'll get over to coding all of this. Okay, a short position is pretty much the opposite of the long. Wow. What logic? Okay, so we're going to be looking for price to be underneath the indicator in a red zone here. We're looking for a red wave on the QQE, and we need a sell indication here on the good old SuperTrend. So this would be roughly here, I believe. Right, we're going to put our stop loss at the swing high up here. And then we're going to be looking for a 1-to-2 ratio, reward ratio, 1-to-2. Okay, so that would have actually been a loss if we would have, no it wouldn't, it would have been a win here. Now if we would have actually taken the profit twice, we would have actually taken it roughly here and all the way down here. So we're going to be doing that in the code so that that works. Right, okay, so I'm going to copy all of that into my dashboard so that way we can backtest over a certain period. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is add that. I'm going to leave you for 5 minutes and I'll be back. Okay.
1, 2, 3. Wow. Boom.
Okay, after a couple of hours of coding, this is what I've come up with. As you can see, this is the indicator above. We now have our entries and stop loss and profits automatically plotted. We also have the 3 indicators. This one actually will not be shown because it's outside of the main window. But we have our SuperTrend. We have the code for this included, the QQE, and also the Dzwine is coded into the strategy. Let's have a look very quickly at the code. I'll just skim through it very quickly for you. As I know said earlier, this is just literally copying and pasting all of the code that needed. So we have our SuperTrend here, which I've copied and pasted it, which plots that on the chart with the buys and sells here. We have our Dzwine just underneath it. Now this is just the QQE, which is a mix of the RSI and some other indicators to create the QEE here. And then we have below that we have our Dzwine indicator, which is a mix of the Heikin-Ashi candles and also some EMAs, which takes the opening, the close, the high and the low. That's all added there. Then I have created a small if-else statement which allows us to make sure that we can get into our entry. Now if you see here, this is the SuperTrend, which makes sure that we're in the right trend. Then we have the red bars from the QEE, and then we have the D trend, which is created by the Dzwine. That's for a short, and then the long is the opposite. So if we go over to the indicator here, let's just go and pick any old one here. Let's go to this one here. As you can see, we're in the red on the Dzwine. We have a sell for the sell order here, and we're in the red on the QEE. That's perfect. The risk to reward ratio is the swing high for a short, and then we go to a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. And the long, we've got a swing low, which would have been here. If you zoom in a little bit here, you can see that it's picked that low there, and we're a risk to reward of 1-to-2 as well. Right, okay, I'm on the 1 hour on BTC, so now I'm going to go look at the back tester to see how many results it's back tested and to see what the results are. Right, okay, we click here. And as you can see, on 101 back test, we have a 38.61 profitable win rate. So that is a lot less than we're expecting, but we still managed to get a 73% net profit. So considering it's not really low, but the lower end of our table win rate, we are still getting $7,000 net profit. So it certainly is a strategy that can be improved on. Now, I also noticed that in his strategy that he takes profits at several levels. So if you actually take at several levels, I'm sure that we'll be able to improve that. So if I take profit at 3 levels here, we're actually getting that up to a 69% win rate, but all depends on how much you're taking at each level. If I take this up to 50% on each level, our net profit actually decreases to minus 54%, so you'd lose half your account. So that could be played with because it actually does give you a better net profit, but maybe if we're taking a lot less at the 10, or we're increasing our risk to reward. If I increased our risk to reward to 4, for example, we're getting 101% on our account, and we've still got a 63% win rate. So as you can see, this one here, for example, has a much larger risk to reward. It's actually taking profit here on our first one, and as it's moved back up, it's done the stop loss. Instead of going all the way back to the stop loss, it actually goes to our entry. So that increases quite a lot our win rate and also our profit. Other things that we could add from the indicator would be things like confluence with the EMAs. So if I click here and add some EMAs to get the trend direction, we might be able to get a better profit. Maybe we need to change the EMAs. Or we could do something like the VWAP or the flat market indicator. Flat market indicator has increased that by a 50% net profit, so we're at $14,000 in net profit on that trade. And it returns about 149% net profit on those trades. The thing I don't particularly like about this is the drawback, which was 40.75%, which is quite a big drawback, so always be careful with trading that kind of drawback. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always in this strategy, one of the most important things is your risk to reward management, and maybe if we added a bit more confluence with another indicator, we might get better outcome. Anyway, as always, all of my trading strategies are accessible on the Patreon page. The link is down in the description. You can also join my Discord and come and chat with us about your strategy and how we could improve on it, etc. If you did enjoy this content, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And without further ado, I'm going to wish you a very good day, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to keep coding and keep safe, guys. Have a good day. Goodbye.